a lot of some of the stuff that I've had a challenge with that I realized in the last couple of years was stuff that my father never had a conversation with me about.
Gotcha.
So there's also the parenting where I think we need a lot more transparency.
Yeah.
In the homes
Yes, sir.
than we do coming from the world. When there is no supervision to the media usage of our children, man, they're open to a lot of stuff. There's a study in 2011 where they said that what a child or what people look at either with their eyes or hear with their ears has an effect on their behavior.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So some of the stuff our children wouldn't even know about had they never heard it.
That's right. That's right.
So when we fail to spend time with our kids and our nephews and nieces or whatever, we literally allow Snapchat and Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to raise them. And so we have teenagers and young people that are growing up, not just in our household, but in our churches that are experiencing things while serving in our choirs, in our youth ministries, on our youth praise teams. And we know they're struggling, but we never have a conversation with them. So it's like, wait, I want you to serve God. But I need to have a talk with you. Who touched you? Who put their hands on you? What did you see before your time? Because the truth be matter is they didn't come out the closet. They just opened the door.
Jesus.
So there are some challenges that our young people are having that we've got to have more conversations than we do conferences.
Come on. Make you laugh real loud. So come on, scream it out.
This brother right here, who I'm about to bring to the screen, is an awesome young man. I met him the first time at the Stellar Awards, and we were in Vegas. And he blessed me because not only did he have one of the most legendary performances on the Stellar Awards. I don't know if y'all remember Stellar Awards. I believe that was 2018. And it was a literal legendary performance. Everybody in the background, like I was working on the Stellar Awards production. So I'm also on stage and I'm also in the back. And everybody was saying like, man, like he really, really brought it. You know, when you have those moments in life and you bring it, this brother, young brother, brought it. Y'all welcome, family, for the first time, my brother from Summerville, South Carolina, Kelontae Gavin.
Summerville, South Carolina. What's up, dude?
How you doing, sir?
Man? And so everything's going straight, man. It's another day, man. We still alive, man.
Come on now. Yes, sir.
I'm glad to be on tonight. What's up, man?
Man, I'm good, brother. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. I was tuned in for a little bit.
Praise God. Praise God.
It was dope, man. This is a great conversation. So I'm glad to be on tonight, man. Super glad to be on tonight.
You can bring a lot of perspective, I believe, as a young person, and and just as you know, you are in that pocket right now, that age pocket. You know, you're 21, correct?
Yes, sir.
21 years old. So this is first of all, it's a wonderful time. And then, you know, really it's a wonderful time to be enjoying your success. And I want to start there. Like, man, you got a brand new single. All right.
Brand new single.
And I was watching your video. You sitting at the piano playing and singing the song. And brother, man, what inspired the words? Because if y'all have not heard the song, please get out on YouTube and check the song out. But when you said I don't want to minister, I don't want to preach, and then not be living.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That was a blessing, brother. Talk about the song and just where it came from.
Man, hold me close, man. Believe it or not, man. Shout out to your lovely wife too, man, who's been helping you administrate, man. Love y'all so much. Dude, I think, man, hold me close came from, of course, I mean, we just stated my age, Unc, and I think when we start to realize my age, you know, there are some people, you know, now we're in an age now where they're welcoming to young ministers. You know, it's like, you're not that old. What can you minister to me? What can you tell me? And this song actually is a transparency song to show the younger generation as well as the older generation that, yes, it is possible to do things for God, but not do things with God.
Ooh.
And I found myself, man, at 17, 18 years old, singing and traveling the country and ministering to people, you know, telling them about the goodness of Jesus. But the same microphone and stages that I left, the God that I sung about wasn't the God that I communed with or I felt after I left. Because it's so easy, you know, to get into the, you know, the theatrics and the performance and the mechanics of church, that we lack the methods of worship. That I don't sing to create my own platform. I sing to elevate the agenda of the kingdom. And that is so Christ is glorified and also is experienced. Jesus tells his disciples, man, in Matthew 5, he says, let your light so shine before men that they see your good works, but they glorify your Father which is in heaven. And so I think in singing gospel music as a young guy, Hold Me Close was a song that it wasn't even a song, man. It was a prayer. Like to this day, yeah, man, it's not even on paper. You know, like I was praying. I was by my bedside crying. So you know, I always heard about other people writing songs by their bedside, but I really did. I really did write it. I didn't write it. This was like I was praying, man, snot coming out my nose, tears falling down. Like, man, like God, I'm serving you. I'm traveling. I'm seeing other people experience your presence. And how is it? I'm gifted, but at the same time, I'm guilty. And so there is a generation that we're overlooking that have learned church. So they're close to the cross, but they're far away from the Christ. And Hold Me Close to the song that says, wait, I know you got church. I know you know how to huck a buck and shanana, and you know how to make your tongues, and you feel goosebumps. But this whole salvation thing ain't about goosebumps. Because if it was about goosebumps, I wouldn't need to profess my salvation. If it was just about goosebumps, you can feel goosebumps at a pop concert or an R&B concert or a rock concert. But this thing is about an inward transformation and a conviction and an accountability that I don't just want to serve God and serve my pastors and serve my church, but then when I transition to eternal life, I don't make it in. I want to serve God and be close to God and still serve him, man, and still get to see his face in the end. And so when I sing the lyrics, like I don't want to keep singing and keep sinning. I don't want to live for you and not see you in the end. I don't want to know your name and you not know mine. Before I get to the gate, please hold me close. You know, so we got people in church that have been in church 10, 20, and 30 years who have not really experienced, man, that transforming thing called Christ, you know, of becoming closer to him. So, man, Hold Me Close is just that song that then when I was praying it, man, I was singing it from a place of conviction. Now I sing it from a place of accountability.
So you were internet sensation. Internet sensation, sang it on the internet, and then you were discovered by your manager and your production company, signed with, and then of course now you get a major record deal, but you were still in high school.
School, man.
So what was that like, having that level of success? I'm talking, you got millions of views on YouTube and on social, right?
I'm with you.
You traveling, people. Because I heard of you before I saw you. I was like, Kelontae Gavin? Who's Kelontae Gavin? I'm hearing this name. This name keeps popping up, keeps churning. And then and then it was crazy. Oftentimes in gospel music, this happens. You know the song before you know the artist. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everybody, I guarantee you on this show right now, you get to a concert and you didn't know who the person was, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know he sang that. That's my song."
Yeah. Absolutely.
And always. And so when I was like, oh man, that brother sings that. Young brother. I didn't know that. How was that to be so young and have all of that coming at you? What was that like?
Woo, man. It was kind of dope. You know, being 15 and 16 and you're a viral sensation, man, in high school. It's crazy. You know, you got all the friends and fans and followers and the teachers. Actually, first the teachers and the principals who seen it like, wait, that's the school I work at. You know, and this kid is going around to high school. And I think it was a beautiful thing. That kind of, man, it was overwhelming, but amazing. because it's like, oh, this is awesome. Like I got people calling, and of course, you know, when it comes to viral, when you go viral, take one video, now you got all the churches calling you and all this stuff happening. Being young, and so my parents end up being my managers first, and so they end up, you know, scouting me, training me, or whatever, and we started traveling. And at 15, it was amazing. From 15 to 16, I got signed. And the same year I got signed was also the same year where now it became challenging of high school, because I'm trying to balance being a high schooler and also being a gospel artist who has a crazy itinerant schedule. So I'm traveling to where the teachers are like, how are you passing? How are you doing stuff? And you're gone this much. So my schedule started getting crazy. My focus started, you know, going off and on, because first of all, I'm a man. I'm a young boy. So our focus already be on left, whatever. We don't need to all be all over there. So you start adding that in, and I'm traveling and singing. So it was a challenge, man, because not many people know this, and we don't get judged. Like I failed 10th grade still singing about Jesus.
Really?
Wow. We don't want to talk about that.
What?
Yeah, we don't know. And here's the thing too. I thought I was the only one.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm thinking, so it hit me hard, because I'm like, man, how am I serving God and I'm so prophetic and telling people what God is gonna do in their life, and my grades wasn't all the way there. Wow. Hey, bro, this ain't a Holy Ghost thing. It don't take tongues for you to do your homework. It don't take.
Wait a minute. So did you have to go to summer school, or did you have to do 10th grade?
Thank God I didn't. So here's the thing, I failed, which means my third year, which should have been my junior year, I ended up taking sophomore, 10th grade, and 11th grade classes. Right.
Okay. So you got to take over.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, you see, you good, because I failed the 8th grade.
Really?
And I got left back. Okay, it wasn't no summer school. Yeah, wasn't no.
You got left back.
Left back in 8th grade was so bad. You know, the next year you supposed to go to high school.
Akintunde, wait.
It was terrible, because I had to go back on the juniors on the middle school bus. and my friends was like, I told them, I said, hey, I'm let y'all know, you know, I ain't get promoted. They're like, man, whatever, quit playing. Because they're like, stop lying. I said, no, I got left back. They're like, but I was known for joking. And when that middle school bus pulled up and I got on it, they were like, oh, wow. They were like, you really got left back.
That's it. The bus one, man. That's the hardcore one.
Yeah. So you was blessed, because you didn't have to go through it again. But
I got left back.
But that's real talk. But let's go back for you. Talk about your parents. And so were your parents in ministry? Did you grow up in ministry, in a ministry household?
Absolutely.
Give me background.
Yeah. So my parents are not pastors, man. My parents are just God-fearing people who we had one choice: serve God, and that's it. All right, that's it. You know, but at the same time, my parents are military. So shout out to my mom and my dad. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Moms did Army, and dad was in the Marines, man.
Wow.
So they come up on this thing of whatever decision you make, you face the consequences, man. So it was like, that's it, you know. So they wasn't pastors or, you know, held the title in the church, but they did serve their churches and their leaders, and they did it well. And we took after that the good stuff. Now the bad stuff we learned on our own, but the good stuff, the good stuff we took. Okay, really, really know why you serving God. And not many people know this too, Akintunde. Like, I signed at 16 the same year I failed, but my dad didn't let me sign. Now I went viral at 15. Okay. When I went viral, there were a couple of record labels and management labels and agencies that reached out to us that wanted to sign me, but he didn't let me sign because they thought they could handle it, of course, until it became overwhelming. And, you know, they just let me make my own decisions. And at 16, when I was ready to sign, I think my dad asked me at 15 first. He was like, why do you do what you do? Okay. And I couldn't answer. And he said, you're not ready. He said, because if you can't tell me why you do what you do, I don't think we should let you travel singing about a God you don't know.
Ooh. Now, that blesses me, because that means your daddy is a man of principles and standards.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he wasn't going to allow you to, he wasn't going to make a business decision for you, allow you to make that for yourself without you being prepared. And that decision shows in the man who you are standing here talking to me today.
Facts.
Man,
Facts.
that's a blessing to hear that.
Facts, man. Facts. Facts.
Wow.
And that's what I think too. We're missing in this generation. There's a stat that I look up today that says parents, it's 70% higher now, where parents say it's harder to raise their children now than 20 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Because of technology, because of what's going on in our world. And I'm super grateful for parents who wasn't really a part of that statistic, but made sure that if there is going to be innovation in the household and how we parent our children different from how we were raised, then there also has to be foundation. Right. And so, with our innovation of my parents, because anybody meet my parents, they're like, that's got to be a brother and sister because how good they look. So they be like, nah, that's my mom. Like, I know she just look good. That's my dad, look good. And I'm grateful that they actually merge, man, innovation and foundation. They're like, hey, bro, we don't need you traveling around the country, man, and you don't know why. And I queeze now at young gospel artists, young people who want to do what we're doing, who want to, do what I'm doing and follow the footsteps. Right. It makes me kind of nervous because I'm like, wait, I hope they know why they do what they do. It's not to make you famous, but it's to make God famous. I'm in this thing not because I wanted myself to be out there. I didn't record myself. My cafeteria worker recorded me, man, and it went viral.
Really? So you didn't know?
Man. No, I didn't know.
Get out.
Absolutely. I didn't know till a week later, man, like a week, 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Absolutely. 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 I was just going through the lunch line, man. Cafeteria worker said, can you sing something? I said, oh, yes, ma'am. And I just leaned across the counter and it just happened. Her phone was out. She clicked the button and I started singing Reverend Paul Jones, I Won't Complain.
Wow. Wow. And then, so then you go from there, you get signed, and then of course you're touring, and then you drop this single. You drop this music, and you begin to. This ain't no ordinary worship.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm saying it hit. I mean, it was. I mean, it was. You talking about radio. You talking about charts. You talking about touring. You talking about these award shows.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that pressure, man, because. One thing I appreciate about you, Kelontae, you consistent. Okay, whenever I come into contact with you, you're the same brother, and it blesses me. I told you the night that we talked outside of that big Stellar Awards year. I think that was 2019 or 2018.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And I mean, again, and you just was. I appreciated how humble you were and how. Folks were coming up to you, and how has it been? What's the pressure like experiencing, even in gospel, but you experiencing fame at that level? How has that been for you?
Man, I think it's been super challenging.
Okay.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in idolatry when so many people glean to you. And most of the time, it's really not you, it's your gift. Gifts make people attractable.
Right.
And attractive.
Right.
That's why you can see the ugliest brother in the room. But if that brother's gifted,
all that ugly go away.
That'll go away. You ain't got to be good. All you got to be is gifted.
Yeah.
And we actually talked today. I told you on the phone before the show, like early today. I was like, Akintunde, man, it's actually dangerous being too gifted.
Yeah, that's what you said.
It's dangerous.
Yes, sir.
Dangerous because when you're out and that much people glean to you, you can see everybody but you.
Yeah.
So the challenge is remaining humble and having a seat so that Christ can continue to stand up. And so at a young age, it's dangerous for me because I got to make sure. Wait, Kelontae, it ain't about you, man. It's not. And here's the thing now. My thing now at my age is, God, let me make mistakes now while the stage is a little bit elevated. Then to make it 10 years from now and the fall be much. Woo! That's the challenge that we got. Let me make mistakes. Now, please don't let me get up here and the fall is more harder.
Yeah.
Because now my kids is looking, daddy's on the next screen. Daddy's the next talk of the town. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't make certain mistakes now, you know? And so I think that's been the most challenging thing for me, man, is, you know what? No, let me really make sure my heart is in the right place. That what I do is really for God. And I know I keep saying it over and over, Akintunde. But at the end of the day, if my generation and leaders that are like me, that are young, that love God, that serve God, if we don't express that enough, then we will train a generation in the wrong way. Now, that is a whole conversation by itself. Because the challenge for me is also remaining teachable. That I never arrive.
Okay, let me jump in there, because I think a lot of the parents, what we kind of get into now is what I think is going to bless a lot of these parents. You blessing us already. Anybody watching this, do me a favor. Please share this video, like it, tag it, share it. If you know somebody who needs to be watching this, put their name in the comments and let them know that they should tune in right now. Our brother Kelontae Gavin is on, 21 years old, certified gospel music sensation, certified minister, a orator of the gospel, a one who carries the anointing and the gift of praising and worshiping and singing and playing for God. Kelontae, as a parent, man, I have 5 children. Okay, I have 5 beautiful, smart, intelligent children. But my children are challenging, as any child is, right? And then there's so many different parents up here who my children are, they're transitioning into that grown stage. I have one son that's younger than you. I have one daughter who's a year younger than you, right?
Yes,
but then my other 3 children are adults, right? And I see them all go through their process. I see my children have huge victories. I've seen some of them have some challenges, some stuff they stumble, some places they stumble at.
Yes, sir.
When you talk about today and young people and the pressures that you guys are up against, help some of the parents out who may not fully understand what you guys are up against and may be angry, maybe upset, maybe going off, maybe quick to punish or quick to chastise, but maybe we don't have the full perspective of what's going on today, particularly for children who were brought up in a godly household, children who have access to the word, who was preached and taught. Talk about some of what's against it today, our young people in this culture.
Man, one of the things that scared me coming up in church was parents that express so much about God being our Father. You know, a mother for the motherless, a father for the fatherless. We sing the songs, but we never replicated his model. Which means you go to him as prayer and you ask him to pay your bills. He knows everything about you. And at the same time, they taught us how to pray, but they never taught us that when we pray, that God would ever answer us back. All we know, if we can come to a conclusion, Akintunde, is that God is a good listener.
Wow.
That's the first model. The first model is, I'm not saying be your child's best friend, but I am saying is that maybe some of the things that they're experiencing right now is, first, you never listened. You heard them, but you never listened. And I heard somebody say the reason why listening is so important is because listen and silent are spelled with the same letters. Spelled with the same letters.
Right.
So it's I don't just like it's and this is why too parenting has become harder on this generation, is because now parents are trying to be mothers and fathers that they didn't have.
Yeah.
Right. So the generation I would say before you was the generation, okay, daddy's probably not there, but daddy is working, that, doing whatever you need to do to get it. So he wants to make sure that, all right, he gonna have it because my daddy didn't do it. Daddy, did all types of stuff to your mom or uncle or whoever. Those models. But then the other generation after is now the generation that's coming in of the technology, where it's like they're not just there of saying, hey, I'm not at the game or whatever. So catch this. I'll give you the latest model of phone, but I don't know the latest model of struggle you're going through. So mama gave me the latest iPad, but mama don't know my latest habit.
Jesus.
So catch this. She's present as a parent, but she's absent as a productive parent.
Wow.
Because it's not that we don't have great parents. We don't have productive parents. We have busy parents.
And we talk about productive. I always say, if you give a child a phone, an iPad, a laptop, a desktop computer with little to no supervision, it's literally like every sin in the world has access to that child's mind. Maybe not, it's not physical access, and it can lead to that if you're not careful, but it's access to that child's mind, that exposure. And so particularly at a young age when you're being shaped and you're getting all this information.
Yeah.
And I think as parents, I think we greatly undervalue the effect. We greatly discount the effect that media, arts, entertainment, and culture have on our children. And I guess has that ever been a struggle for you where you see the new trend is this, or
absolutely.
Your homeboys are doing this? I mean, absolutely. I can only imagine the little girls that was coming at you.
Absolutely.
When you up in high school.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
I mean, help parents out with that.
But even this too. And I'm glad we're on this, because a lot of some of the stuff that I've had a challenge with, that I realized in the last couple of years, was stuff that my father never had a conversation with me about.
Gotcha.
So there's also the parenting where I think we need a lot more transparency.
Yeah.
In the homes
yes, sir.
Than we do coming from the world.
Yes, sir.
And you made a good point about when there is no supervision to the media usage of our children, man. Yeah. They're open to a lot of stuff. There's a study in 2011 where they said that what a child or what people look at either with their eyes or hear with their ears has an effect on their behavior.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So some of the stuff our children wouldn't even know about had they never heard it.
That's right. That's right.
So when we fail to spend time with our kids and our nephews and nieces or whatever, we literally allow Snapchat and Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to raise them.
God.
So we miss. Wait, I think we need a time out of the week where we do life as a family without electronics, without all these things. So we have all of these challenges that they're looking at, and
right.
like literally, I'm gonna say it, it's about to come out now. Truth now. The pornography, we see now people want to say something about Netflix and boycott Netflix because of Cutie, but you didn't boycott it when other stuff was playing on your TV that your children was looking at.
Right.
So we'll boycott certain stuff because one person makes a decision, this is not right. But there's stuff that been in your house that's been under the TV in the parents' room or in the closet with the DVD. With the DVD that got 3 X's on it. And so we miss all these things because there's no supervision or there's no time being spent with our children. So there is it's not that the house isn't private, but our houses have become secretive.
Jesus.
So daddy don't tell me that he had a problem with women, or mama don't tell me she had a problem with men.
Right.
Or mama never told me that she had a problem with her sexuality, or daddy never told me there was a identity crisis or split personalities. And so we have teenagers and young people that are growing up, not just in our household, but in our churches, that are experiencing things while serving in our choirs, in our youth ministries, on our youth praise teams. And we know they're struggling, but we never have a conversation with them. So it's like, wait, I want you to serve God. But I need to have a talk with you. Who touched you? Who put their hands on you? What did you see before your time? Because the truth be matter is they didn't come out the closet, they just opened the door.
Jesus.
So there are some challenges that our young people are having that we've got to have more conversations than we do conferences. So that's the challenge. Now with our young men, maybe if you had talked to them about a young girl, talk to them about keeping their zipper up, and not just tell them to keep their zipper up, but tell them why to keep their zipper up. You know what just hit me before I called you today that I wanted to touch on, Akintunde? We was talking about parenting, all this stuff. And you know what scripture is thrown around in our churches? train up a child in the way that he or she should go.
Yeah.
That when they're old, they won't depart from it.
Yes, sir.
Now, I thought about the word train, and it
Yeah.
hit me today that my parents are in military. There's a thing that they go through with called boot camp.
Yes, sir.
Which means they don't come out of boot camp until there are certain tests.
That's right.
That they pass.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm about to run. I feel like preaching, dog. I'm getting happy, dog. I'm getting happy.
Sure.
They don't. So I'm gonna stop right there because that in itself is self-explanatory.
Yes, sir.
Now, you don't get a badge. You don't get to shoot. There is no graduation. Your parents don't spend money or cousins to come see you walk because Johnny went or Susie went through boot camp. They went through the necessary training, the necessary chastisement, the yelling at, the screaming. They didn't come out of there to shoot a gun until they properly know first what was a gun. How do you handle a gun? Then it goes higher than that. Not only do they teach you what a gun is or how to handle the gun, then they say, okay, wait, now we have to rank who knows how to shoot a gun. Then after that, we rank how well they shoot a gun.
Jesus.
So we got all this stuff that we accept as the world, but as parents and as mentors, we don't take our children through the right trainings. Let me show you how to talk to a girl. Let me show you how to manage that. Because we don't like to touch dating in the church and relationships. But some of y'all kids and some of our cousins and stuff, they know more than you think they know.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that my wife helped me out with, Kelontae. I was of the mindset that you don't date until you 17, 18. You can't have a boyfriend. And I was real rock solid on that about my daughters, right?
Wow.
My wife, in her wisdom, said something to me that blew my mind, and it immediately woke me up. I always give her props for this. She was with me up until a point, until my oldest daughter had a young boy that she liked. Of course, I didn't want to have no boy.
Yes, sir.
So there was like, that he wanted to come by the house and talk to me. And I let him come by. I still was locked in. This ain't going nowhere, right? My wife said, she said to me, she said, listen, she said, do you want her first experience dating to be next year when she's off in college? I was like, oh, immediately I saw myself as a sophomore in college waiting for all the freshman girls doing freshman orientation. We were picking them off. Oh yeah, look, that one and that one. We like Michael Jackson in the store, like and that one and that one. And you immediately start running game on girls.
Wow.
And if that year, that relationship was very strategic, had I not allowed her to experience that at home under parental supervision, what she went through would have happened when she's in school.
Yeah.
When she's older away from the house. And you're sometimes as parents, we're not open. We're not real. We don't tell our children, hey, I had a pornography issue.
Yeah.
I didn't just have a pornography issue as a child. I had a pornography issue as a man. No. I had a pornography issue after I had you. So you were in this earth and I was disciplining you and training you and going to PTA meetings, but I still had videotapes and DVDs in my room.
Yes,
and because we're not honest like that, to say I used to smoke or I used to drink and this is why I did it, or your uncle used to do this or your aunt used to do that. And when we don't have those real talk conversations,
man, come on, man,
our children don't know. Oh, this in my bloodline. Oh, my daddy had an issue with that. My daddy had an issue with that. I didn't know that. And I think as parents, I think we got to be real. Yes, and I think you tap into something, Kelontae, because I just don't think we understand.
Yeah.
The draw that it is today. We didn't have tablets. We didn't have iPhones with all the internet on it. We didn't have that pressure on us.
Man, absolutely. Yeah. And so the generation said, y'all know what y'all talking about. Y'all ain't went through what we went through. You're actually right. The challenge actually is if we're dealing with greater than what you went through that you don't want to be open about.
Wow. So
yeah.
Do you when you're around your friends, I'm sure you got friends, and some of your friends, I'm sure they be saved, some of your friends may not be, some of your friends walking it out. I don't know. How do you how do you interact with all that's going on today? You got Cardi B and what's Megan Thee Stallion talking about WAP and all this stuff. You know,
My God. Yes, sir.
How do you?
Hey, and the church people was the main one talking about it.
Right.
Now listen, for a whole week, I know we got people on here. How this show is this more Christian or you just all across the board?
Oh, it's majority Christian, but we talk about stuff in a real way. We talk about stuff in a real way.
I love it because there's a lot of church people talking about that. I'm talking about I went down my Facebook timeline and it took me a whole week before I look up what WAP means. What? Come on, it was the church people. I said, WAP, what is this? You know, we have in the culture, church culture, gospel genre, James Hall, and a WAP, worship and praise. When I looked it up and I see all my teenagers and everybody talking, I said, oh, we in trouble. We in trouble. Man, I said, I couldn't believe it. Because it wasn't the friends on my friends list, because we all our people on our friends list ain't saved or know Jesus or profess our faith. Right. So when I saw that it was most people I saw in the church, talking about, I said, oh, we in trouble. We in trouble.
Let me ask you this: how do you practically? How do you manage it? So I had a conversation with my son. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I had a conversation with my son some years ago, and I said, "Let me explain something to you." I said, "It's not that I don't see women who are attractive to me just because I'm married. Yes, you don't get married and all the other fine women in the world
go away.
You don't see them anymore." I said, "You simply make a decision. Okay,
so good.
You see a fine woman. Okay, she's fine. She's beautiful. You just make a decision that I'm not going to go and drink that in with my eyes and my mind. Real talk. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we do take that second look and a third look. Yeah. Okay. All right. But how do you practically manage all that's coming to you, not just in your phone, but also the physical? Again, I'm sure it's several. I can only imagine how many young women have come to you and say, God told me you my husband, or I think we supposed to be together, or I want to be your boy, whatever. I can only imagine. Okay. Yeah, how do you practically manage that mentally and spiritually? What's your response?
Devotion. First of all, is knowing that it first has to be practical and not super spiritual.
Okay.
Like anybody can be, I'm 21, man. I'm a young man. Anybody be looking at no fine late talk something. Come on, man. Hey, somebody told, man, shoot, women are like not just cars.
Yeah.
But women sometimes too are like on a menu when you go to Ruth Chris or something. Right. Now you may not like all the food, but majority of the food on there you'll eat. Like you said, you just gotta make a decision which on the menu you gonna order. My God, yeah.
This boy said you might not like all the food.
You might not.
You will eat
you know it. What I'm saying? Look,
oh, that's so real.
This is my granddad. Not my granddad. I call him my granddad. My pop. He said, "Son, women are like on the menu. Just because you see it don't mean you order it, man."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That so practically, I had to realize it takes, with the decision comes devotion and discipline. It's discipline. It's like, okay, Kelontae, you can do, like, you can see it, like you said, all the glory, the holy, the beauty, the glory. It ain't going nowhere. They're attracted. It's not going nowhere. But it is discipline to say, all right, nice to meet you. And even not even that sometimes, fellas. It's sometimes some of us, we just as radical. We gotta turn, man.
Yeah. You gotta turn and face the wall. Yes, sir.
Yourself, be like, self, did you see that?
Yeah.
My God. Songwriter said, she's telling me this, telling me that. Another songwriter said, I ain't got no time. My God.
But that's so real, man. Absolutely. Because I think we sometimes in church we over spiritualize stuff.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And we have young people thinking that if you see a young lady, or if you think a certain way, that you're wrong, or you got to come to the altar. No, 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 no.
So true.
Yeah,
but you know, but you said something too, though. Man, that's not talked about. You know, it's not trained. And I remember I had a conversation with my dad not too long ago. I really felt like had he talked to me about certain stuff, I wouldn't have done certain stuff.
Gotcha.
Whether it was to a young lady, how I treated a young lady.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being transparent. Like I've done some
Yeah.
crazy stuff, you know, because it was trial and error. You know what I'm saying? It's like it took me one day to be like, wait, you have a little sister. You have sisters.
Jesus.
You know, I don't want to be talking to her about what a young boy did to her, or whatever, if that is a route that she goes.
Right.
But, man, and another thing is too, it's cultures are different. So we ain't saying all parents, what we talking about, they gonna do it.
Right.
Because some of them are stuck in their ways. They believe they're gonna raise their daughter's way. She ain't dating, you know. But like you said, man, it's a conversation though, man.
Yeah, I think it's about being open. I think it's about being strategically prayerful. You know, praying with the children and praying deliberately and having an open forum. Like, you know, there's times when, and again, this stuff my wife helped me out with. There's times where you say, here's an opportunity to talk. It ain't no judgment. It ain't no penalty for what you tell me. There's no penalty for what you share here. Go ahead. Let's be real about it. And I think that's something that we miss as parents. Let me ask, so let's talk about the industry.
Good, man.
Let's talk about the industry.
Woo!
Has
my God.
Has the industry been, has it been what you thought it was?
Yeah and no.
Okay.
Yeah and no. Okay. Yes, it's amazing. You meet great people and it's awesome. And then no, as in God allows you to see certain things to where it's like, okay, this is so that I don't be like that, or that I don't do this.
Right.
And there are many out there that would think, and let me say this, let me not say there are many that would think, there are some that would think, oh my God, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's industry, and what we listen to our radio should tell us how much of God is really in it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I had a challenge of mixing was trying to mix industry and ministry.
Yeah.
Instead of merging it.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between merging it and mixing it.
Right.
Mixing it, I'm trying to dilute something, or trying to literally take one form to bring it down to another form, when no, God said, no, just merge it.
Right.
Like, understand the business side as well as the spiritual side.
Right.
So I know how to do ministry, and then I know how to do industry.
Right.
So that was my challenge, man, from 16 now to 21 that I had to learn. And I'm
still learning. A lot of people don't recognize that. I think a lot of artists oftentimes don't recognize that, and a lot of people in ministry don't recognize what comes along with being in the industry. I've had people get upset because somebody gave them a contract, and I'm like, and it's a lot of times I've had good pastors, good leaders get upset because they didn't understand why artists did a certain thing. And I have to tell them sometimes, I said, listen, I understand how you operate. I say, but here's the issue. There's a lot of other people out there who don't operate at the level that you.
That's so good.
So you don't know what happened to that artist on the road last week that they're coming from, that's now set a new standard. On the flip, I tell artists the same way. They were like, well, church called and asked me this, or they don't want me to wear this, so they want me. I say, you don't understand that such and such came in there and got up there with something on that messed the whole house up, and you don't understand that like literally messed the whole house up. Okay, and so it's not a big deal for you, me, or them, or you as an artist, but for that ministry, that house, that's a major thing.
That's so good.
So now they send that in your agreement. Don't do this. Don't wear leggings with no jacket. Don't wear leggings with no long thing, because
absolutely.
That's real. Somebody might say that's religious, or that's
no.
That's that house.
This what I think. Woo! I'm glad you touched that. How in the world we love Chick-fil-A so much? We love certain restaurants. We love certain even stores, consignments and retail stores or whatever.
Right.
Most of them have a dress code.
Yeah.
And when it comes to our churches, We just feel like we can do whatever.
Yeah.
And then maybe one church that do it this way and another church that don't do it another way, we think God ain't in it or they religious. No, it's just that's their standard.
That's their standard.
So I've been to churches, man, Akintunde, I've been to churches in a whole week where every night been a different dress code. One, I can wear ripped jeans, my ripped shirt, something around my neck, whatever. Another church, I gotta wear a whole suit.
Right. Tonight is white night.
You know what I'm saying? And that should show us honor. That's another thing, man. We need training in that area so that none of our sons and daughters don't go out here thinking what I learned in my daddy house is it. No, it's not. The world is huge.
The
world is huge. Even though we're both in the same state, I promise you, Columbia look totally different from Charleston.
It does.
Something that is cool to do in Charleston may not be cool to do in Columbia.
That's right.
Same as Columbia and Charleston. Like even the languages are different. And I don't know why spiritual church people find it super hard. This is the hard thing that the church got a hard time doing. And we're still mastering what our Savior has already mastered. And it's a cuss word in the church. It's a cuss word. You ready? It's a word.
I'm ready.
Adaptability.
Yep. Yes, sir.
We can't adapt.
Yep.
That's why you probably remember the age where they probably call contemporary gospel music the devil.
Oh my God. And I want to get into that because here's something that I believe. I believe the church did gospel rap, holy hip hop, a major disservice.
Wow. Please expound. I want to know what you mean by that.
Because gospel rap, I believe, was a tool that was utilized as a connector with the younger generation. And some people didn't place enough value on these particular artists. And I believe there's some things that the artists could do better and could have done differently. But I think there was a period of time where holy hip hop and gospel rap was rising in the ranks.
Oh man, yeah.
And then what happened is the white church reached out and grabbed it and embraced it. They didn't even understand it fully. They didn't haggle with the rappers about their price. All they knew is the youth like it. I don't really get it, but it's okay.
The who like it?
The youth like it.
That's why a lot of you got me grabbing my air freshener.
But and they didn't. They in the black church, we didn't say no, y'all come on, come be a part of this and be a part of that and draw the young people. And then what that did was, I think because of that, a lot of artists scattered. A lot of artists trying to find their way. A lot of artists had to capitulate to the Caucasian culture, as opposed to and try to adapt to that culture, as opposed to being accepted by the African American church.
Absolutely, no embrace. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think do you see in terms of music today, in terms of what's happening, what are you seeing? Do you see a time where you might do a song, you might have a rapper on it, or may do a different type flow in addition to your worship flow?
Absolutely. My new CD that's coming out, my new record that's coming out in the fall winter time of this year has one song that has a rapper in it. And it's my first time that I was that comfortable, be transparent, to even do that because the culture I came from.
Gotcha.
You know,
I got you.
That ain't God, and you shouldn't do that. And you wait, but there are somebody that will listen to Jesus in that expression. That wouldn't listen to him just singing, "I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord."
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
it's
sir.
it's about reach.
Yes, sir.
So God shows us that in nature. I'm so glad God didn't just give us one type of fruit.
Yeah.
Because only one type of fruit is beneficial to only one area of our body.
Yes, sir.
So we look out. So that's the hard thing that the church has right now is we'll accept the laws of nature, but we don't accept the laws of embrace or adaptability. That just because I am comfortable in hearing God in one form doesn't mean another person will.
Right.
So the hard thing with the church is now we're trying to find we have not identified our fruit, so then we can embrace form. Because guess what? Just because fruit is good for our body, everybody can't eat the same type of fruit.
That's right. That's right.
Because some fruit people are allergic to.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
So
yes,
some
sir.
people have left our church because we tried to give them a fruit they were allergic to.
Jesus.
God is a fruit God. He's a nature God. He's an agriculturalist. Kelontae, one church, you may have to give them an actual fruit salad of solid fruits that are cut up. But the next church, you're going to have to take your Ninja or your Bullet and blend it to give them a fruit smoothie.
Ooh. So it can go down smoother.
So
Jesus.
So that is the same thing when it comes to our music. That's why we have this thing called genres.
Yes.
Even
and that's okay.
About gospel, right?
Right.
Contemporary. We got Southern Baptist. We got country. We have. Okay, let me just say this: Doves, Stellas.
Yeah.
I know some may say white, black, whatever you want to say. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's different forms saying God.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. And you man, Kelontae, brother. I mean,
man, I love you, man.
I love you too, brother. You are blessing me as a parent. You're blessing me as as an artist, fellow artist. You're blessing me in this moment because I know that you are blessing people on this forum, on this platform. I thank God for Facebook Live. I thank God for Clap TV. Thank God for this streaming source. Let's talk about your project. Okay. Let me say something to everybody on this forum right now. We have the power to make sure that this brother right here charts top 5, not just gospel, but across R&B and whatever other chart that his album could possibly go to. Here's why I say that. If we support it like we should, if we downloaded music and paid for it, or if we made sure that whatever streaming service that we utilize, we actually stream this artist's music. If we went to the concert and brought a ticket, if we went to the lobby and brought a CD or brought a t-shirt, or actually put some tangible support,
talk about it,
tangible support behind our artists, it would make our whole lives and culture, particularly in ministry, much easier. Here's why I say that. Kelontae successful is much more powerful than than Cardi B being successful. Nothing against Cardi B.
Absolutely.
But it's important for our families, our culture, that he's successful. And I really need the kingdom of God to understand what support looks like. If you can't support, if you are not able to support, that's one thing. But if you support and choose, if you can and you choose not to, that's something completely different.
Absolutely.
So, and my thing is, I don't want another artist to feel as though they have to go and do an R&B album if they don't want to. They're not called to, but feel they got to. Because I'm like, man, gospel don't know what to do with me. Like gospel don't support me. I don't know what to do. And it's not just, you wasn't sold out. Sometimes that's the case, yeah. But sometimes it's just you Negroes ain't doing what you're supposed to. That's just truthful. I'm just gonna keep it real. Okay. So my thing is tell everybody about your project. And I really want us to really do our part, do our due diligence to support this young man, because any of you who've been on here for a while, you see his heart, you see his transparency, you see his commitment. You've already seen his gift and his success. So how valuable is it for us, for Kelontae to be larger, broader, expanded? We got to support. Tell everybody about your new project, brother, please.
Absolutely, man. Family, I just released a new single entitled Hold Me Close, and it came out Friday, gone Akintunde, and I just started a challenge of singers, instrumentalists, musicians, drawers. If you're a creative, whatever you do, man, I started a challenge. Not even a challenge. I just wanted to call it Hold Me Close, Tag You're It. And Hold Me Close, like we talked about it at the beginning of the show, it's a heartstring. It's a song for the person that's far and the person that's close to say, you know what, God, hold me close. So it is available on all digital platforms, wherever music is sold. I promise you, you can find it. Kelontae, Gavin, Hold Me Close. Go purchase it. Go download, go stream. Once again, go purchase it. Go purchase it. Go download and go stream. So I can go purchase it, go download and go stream. All three of them. God is a 3-in-1 God.
Somebody write that in the comment line. Go purchase it.
Right, that.
Oh man, I love it. When I know you the other day you were in the studio. So when do you think the album, the full project will be out?
Oh man, the full project will be out fall, winter. So it's gonna be a split between fall and winter. So I'm working right now to get y'all the project. It's gonna be amazing. When I say a fruit salad, yummy, it's gonna be a fruit salad, man.
Wow.
You're gonna have old school, new school, some feel good stuff, some bumpy stuff. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be really dope.
And how much are you a part of the writing and producing process?
Big time, man. Everything on this album came from a spontaneous moment in the presence of God, man. Every song.
Wow.
Every song. And anybody that's a follower of mine, they will know. But if you're not and you're just getting to know me, I am a prophetic worshiper, which means I just get downloads on the spot, man, and I'll make a song right now. Just go for it. So man, every song on my album coming out, you're going to feel it. Now, hold me close. I've been getting text messages, emails, DMs on how powerful the song is.
Yes, sir.
And it is as powerful as it is, not because of me, but it was because of my transparency and what I was hearing. Like, wait, God, it's that real, it's that authentic. And I'm excited, not just about this single that you guys are going to purchase, download, and download, but the album that is to come out soon. So,
wow.